Hello there, this is Anne O'Brien, intuitive teacher and author. I'm talking to you today about what to do when your head is spinning and you're trying to get an answer and you can't seem to figure out what's true, or you're not feeling like you can see clearly a situation. And it may be a specific thing, or it may be your overall state where you just feel fuzzy and like you're just not that clear and you don't feel like yourself and you don't quite know why. So either way, I'm going to give you a guided meditation today. And if you've watched my videos in the past, many times I'm just speaking, but I do want to give you a practice today. So that's mostly what I'm going to do. Just to say, kind of as a background, there is a lot of high energy these days. And when I say high, I don't mean that as high is good versus bad, but it certainly can be very good if we are willing and able to ride the wave, because the energies are intense, right? So a lot of us are going through awakening processes or changes where the old just falls away, or there are shakeups, and this can make us feel fuzzy and unsettled or ungrounded. And it's not necessarily an exact this causes this, but it's the sense of, oh my gosh, there's so much going on, I'm overwhelmed, or there's a lot releasing and I don't know what's happening and I don't realize I'm releasing. I think this is what's happening. Whatever I'm releasing might feel like what's happening, but it's actually just what's releasing, if that makes sense. And so in order to navigate these intense times and these intense energetics, it's really helpful to have practices. So whether it's a specific issue or a situation that you're tripping out over, like, I don't know what's true, I don't know which end is up, or whether it's more the overall state that you're finding yourself in and you're like, I can't seem to center, I think this will help. So if you'd like to do this with me, I invite you to sit quietly, place your feet flat on the floor, sit up nice and tall. Feet on the floor is so you can connect with the earth, and it helps most of us to ground and be present. So unless that hurts, I strongly suggest finding a place with feet on the floor. And then if you want to put pillows behind your back to sit up tall, or whatever you need to do to achieve that, if you need to pause this recording and get yourself set up, feel free to do that and then hit play again. All right, breathe in, sit tall, and breathe out, soften. One more breath in, sitting nice and tall, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, softening your body and feeling yourself land in your legs and your hips and your sits bones. Noticing where you may have been or what you may have been thinking about prior to watching this video, doing this meditation. And if you notice you're not quite all here, go yoo-hoo and call yourself in from all those thoughts or those places you've just been or those people you've been thinking about, and allow yourself a few minutes just to be with yourself. Imagine your sit bones rooting down into the seat, cushion, chair, wherever you are. And then imagine growing out of your hips is a giant tree trunk. Tree trunk as wide as your hips, nice and strong and hollow. And allow it to go all the way down to the center of the earth. And imagine, you don't have to go down with it, but just look down in your mind's eye and imagine the roots wrap around the center of the earth, and then it's sealed at the bottom and sealed at the top. So one more nice breath in. Imagine somebody's got a string pulling the crown of your head up, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, soften and imagine a trap door is opening at your pelvic floor, and you can dump out any stress or tension or old emotions or traumas or stories or beliefs or anything that's ready to release now, anything you're holding for somebody else or for people or the environment from the collective. Allow that to fall down and out of your body, down that tree trunk, which I'll call a grounding cord, down into the earth. Awesome. So that's a good first step. Snuggle your hips into your seat and just enjoy that now you are connected. And not only does this help you anchor and stay present and be here now, but it also allows you a way to release. Most of us are holding way too much all the time. And just like I take a shower every day, I do these cleansing meditations and these balancing meditations every day just to keep my field clear. Okay, so it's fairly simple. You just have to do it. And sometimes it takes a bit to kind of get through a bunch of stuff, but and you got to keep it up, just like you can't just quit showering and say, I've already showered enough for this lifetime, right? So next, what I'll invite you to do, notice if there's any specific situation that you've been puzzled over, that you've been trying to figure out, even if it's something way in the past that you're like, I never understood that. Or maybe it's just right now I feel fuzzy and I don't know which end is up and I don't know what's going on, and anything in between. So think about or reflect on any place within you that you feel uncertain or unsettled or unclear, or anything around you that you feel unclear about and it's bugging you. And then with that thing in mind, or that situation or that feeling in context here, go ahead and imagine that you could take a seat right behind your physical eyes, right between your ears. And allow that thing to be right there outside your head. Create a bubble, like a sanctuary in the middle of your head that you take a seat in. So when I say you, I mean you, the spirit, you, the consciousness, you, the aware being that you are, that has this body, that has these thoughts, that has these experiences. And they're all fine. We don't need to change them. Maybe you want to change them, but this isn't the point right now. Right now, what I'm inviting you to do is just find a sanctuary behind your eyes and give yourself space. So imagine this as a bubble of light, or a meditation room, or a sanctuary spot, like a place in nature, place where you can just be, and make it bigger, make it clear. You can decorate it any way you want, but this is just for you. So all those thoughts, people, preoccupations, tasks to do, messages to answer, all the questions can go outside your space. And you just pop right in. And remember, oh yeah, I'm an infinite being. I can just watch all this. I am not all these things. I am not these preoccupations. And give yourself a lot of space. And in this space, decide to remember that you are infinite, that you are all creative, that you are all knowing, that there's an aspect of you that's connected to everything. Remembering your unlimited nature in this limited world. See if you can access that feeling even for a split second. And enjoying the peace that is here. All right, so now out in front of you, I'll suggest that you imagine a giant rose in full bloom facing you. So a few feet out in front of you, maybe it's a white rose or a clear rose in full bloom, nice and fluffy. And don't go into the rose, just let it be. Some of us like to go, ooh, really, let me check it out. Let me go into it. Don't do that. Just be in the center of your head and let it be a few feet out in front of you. So you're not it either. It's a tool. And as you sit in this sanctuary in the middle of your head, imagine that that rose will pull out of your head any energy that says, don't look at this. Like, it's not okay to see something. And that could be energy that was put in there on purpose by somebody or a group. Or it could be just, maybe you didn't want to see. Maybe there's been a history in your family or your relationships of like not looking at certain things, maybe the elephant in the room, so to speak. And go ahead and allow that rose to pull out of you any energy that says, don't look at this. So considering that situation that you can't figure out the truth about, it's okay if you don't have the answer. You don't need to keep asking tarot cards or pendulum or psychic or whatever. Just clear what's in the way of you seeing and then ask. Okay, so clear all the energy that says, don't look at this. Good. This is like if a kid doesn't want you to see that they're getting into the kitchen cupboard when they're not supposed to, they send you the don't look picture, right? And maybe you have a friend or there's some situation in your life you feel like you keep looking but there's nothing to see. It's like, why do I feel like I have to look over there? Good. So take another minute, let that clear, let that magnet pull it out of you. Okay, and the next one. I'm going to make another suggestion, something else you could ask to clear. You could let that rose pull out of your head any energy that says, look at this. This is what you're supposed to see. Ooh, look over here. Right? Let me do jumping jacks in your face to show you what I want you to see. And again, this could be somebody you know, this could be the media, social media, some larger organization or movement, or it could just be what you want to see, what you're used to seeing, what you grew up being, told was important to look at. Okay, so doesn't matter where it came from. Right now, you're just going to let it be out of your space. This doesn't need to be in your head. You don't need to be told what to look at or not to look at. You can just look. Let that rose pull all that out. And then finally, you can ask the rose to pull out of your head any energy that says, ignore this. This does not exist. And that rose can pull all the energy of what we call gaslighting, like being told you're crazy or you're making that up or what are you talking about, right? Sometimes it's said out loud. Sometimes it's not said out loud. So anywhere you have been told or felt that you needed to, or there's been frequencies in the air saying ignore such and such, clear that out. And you don't need to figure out what you're clearing or who it came from. You might get a sense as we're doing this, you might have these flashes of, oh my God, this person or that situation. But if you don't have those ahas of why or who or where or when, you're still doing this healing. This is still working if you intend it to. All right, so let that rose finish up, pulling all that stuff out of your space. And then as you sit behind your eyes, imagine that rose floats away to the edge of the universe and goes poof. And be right behind your eyes, right between your ears. Find your space in that sanctuary and notice how you feel now compared to before you did this meditation, before you did this clearing even. I know I feel brighter and I'm only leading you. So this happens all day long, and a lot of it is just people's fears or egos. It's not all malintended. I think it's mostly not, but nonetheless, it's harmful and it gets in our way, and it can feel like static, right? So when we try to see straight or move forward or make sense of things, it's like, I don't know, all I can hear is static. I don't have any guidance. So my goal, one of my missions, is to help you find your empowerment through connecting to your intuition and to your whole self as spirit in a body, right? To bring your spirit together with your body and to have your clarity and to be a clear channel, not for any other guides or beings necessarily, or really not for that, but for your own energy. Your own energy is magnificent. So take a few breaths and just reflect on this situation and see if you still care about what's going on. See if you still need to know any answers. And if there's any questions you still have about what's going on, either in general or with something specific, ask now and see what you get. Ask inside yourself. Notice any pictures, sounds, messages, thoughts that pop in, any knowing or feeling. And then finally, create a giant golden sun up above your head in your mind's eye, so you can envision this giant, bright, beautiful, bold, strong, golden light. Let that have a magnet in it, and let that golden sun call to you all of your own energy that you have given away, projected on, or given to, scattered with other people, just by thinking of other people. Part of you goes there, so woohoo, call you back. Call you back from places, any places that your body is not, any places you've been or plan to go or dream about or go when you space out. Woohoo, call you back. Call you back from the future. Call you back from the past. And let your sun get so, so bright. Calling in, lastly, all that is yours by divine right. So any blessings, miracles, happy surprises, even if you don't know what you need, call it in, whatever's meant for you, whatever's going to support you now, and whatever's yours by divine right. We're going to call it in grace, the most perfect of ways. Pop your sun and envision that light flooding your body from head to toe. Drink it in, let it refill all your cells, your blood, your bones, your DNA, your organs, glands, tissues, chakras, energetic centers and energetic channels, meridians, everywhere you cleared something. Especially let that golden light fill your head. Let it fill your arms and legs. Let it fill the space all around you, forward and back, left to right, above and below. And then please open your eyes as you're ready. I hope this was helpful to you. If you like this and you want more, there's several resources I have for you. I do have 2 books, Everyone is Psychic and A Woman's Guide to Conscious Love. Both of them are available on my website, AnnO'BrienLiving.com. And they're both workbooks, so they have guided meditations, either printed in the book, which you can read and follow, or you can get the Audible and hear it guided. You can hear it, spoken, and you can listen and do it. There are also on my website private sessions available, both in Carbondale, Colorado, and on phone and Zoom. And finally, if you really want to dive deep, I have an intuitive training program, and this is actually one of the meditations I offer in that program, and that is a one-on-one coaching program where you receive 12 video lessons with me, as well as 12 one-on-one sessions in between the videos to support you in not only awakening your intuition, but balancing your own energy so you can get your own guidance, feel clear, feel good, charge your batteries energetically, and live your most fulfilling life. So again, it's AnnO'BrienLiving.com, and I hope this was helpful. Have a beautiful day.